Hey guys, Prepper Nurse One here. Today is Tuesday. Man, we're almost done with February, thank goodness. And I wanted to do well. First, let me give you the weather update. You'll love this. We hit 9 below 0 last night, which I believe is another new record. The day before's record had been established in 1889, and I believe we broke that as well. And that was at 5 below. So I think we hit 7 below before midnight. So I believe we broke that record, but I know that 9 below had to be another record. So it just doesn't stop this year. It's just we are now tied for the coldest February ever. I believe we'll probably end up breaking it because we have more cold weather coming this week. And finally, by the weekend, I think they're talking by Sunday, we'll start getting a change in the weather, warmer. Actually, I think they're talking about hitting 30 this Sunday, which would be absolutely fantastic. But anyway, what I wanted to talk to you guys about, my last video I talked about, my plans for my solar setup, and there's been a lot of talk on there as far as cost and everything like that. And I appreciate all the comments and I appreciate all the support. Let me say that first of all. I want to more explain myself so that you guys understand exactly what I'm doing, because people are saying, oh, you can't do this, and you should be grid tied at first and everything else. My game plan for down there is I do have the 5,500 watt generator, and somebody had suggested picking up a smaller generator that's going to be more efficient on gas. I do actually plan on doing that. That was something that I had thought about before, but I appreciate the comment on that as well. I plan on using a combination of propane, gas, the generator, solar, and before the winter comes, I do plan on having another wood stove, in place on whatever addition that I put on there. I am doing this as I go because I will not go into debt to do this. Okay, so let me put that right out there first of all. And a lot of people are doubting that it's going to be possible. Well, we're going to see. I mean, and will I make mistakes? Absolutely, I'll make mistakes. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm an expert on everything, because I'm not. I have a dream, and I don't think that I'm going to need an $8,000 or a $15,000 solar system. I think that, I don't want to have it where like everybody else has it. Okay, I don't want to run everything like that. If you go and look, one of the things that I do plan on doing, Boss of the Swamp, if you go and look at one of his videos, he put in a refrigerator at his cabin that it's basically for the winter months, like we're here, because he's in the Northeast as well. In the winter months, you basically, he has a slot in the back that he turns it and it opens up and it puts cold air in that refrigerator. Okay, as my grandparents used to call him, an ice box. And then in the summertime, he takes like 2 liter things and puts frozen water bottles in there, and it'll keep it cold for several days. So that's kind of what I want to do as far as a refrigerator goes. Now, will I get that all completely set up this year? We'll see. I hope so. I hope before snow flies I'll get that set up. But that's one of the ways that I'm going to go about it, so that I'm not running a refrigerator nonstop. I mean, I have a lot of plans. I realize it's going to be a struggle. I realize it's not going to be easy. The key thing that I'm going to try to do, and I want you guys to understand this, I want to make this transition as normal as possible for my children's sake, because they're obviously my number one priority. Okay, so if it means that in the evenings, every evening when they get home from school, that I run a generator for 4 or 6 hours so that they can play on their laptops, and so that we can get everything done that we need to get done and use the power of a generator at that point in time, when your peak hours of using stuff, I'll use it then. Okay, my ultimate goal down the road is to wean out the generator as much as possible and basically just go completely solar and wind turbine power. Now, will that take time? Absolutely, because I'm not going to be able to do it overnight. That's what I'm trying to, I want you guys to understand that, okay? I do have a game plan in my head. I'm not unrealistic. People are saying that my estimates of stuff are very low. They could be, okay? I'm just kind of snowballing. I've looked at a lot of the different batteries. I really like the Trojan batteries, okay? I may go that route. Okay, I really got to really sit down and look at every option that I have. I may, in the very beginning, go with the Marine Deep Cycle batteries for a while. And then, if I'm not getting the power output from them that I need, you know, then I will switch up and maybe then go to the Trojan batteries. I mean, it really just all comes down to want and need. What do I want to have, and how much power do I really truly need? Okay, so it's this is going to be, it's an experiment for me too, guys. I mean, I am, I'm going out here trying this out, but here's my ultimate thing. I would rather get the bugs worked out of everything now while our society is still fine than try to figure it out afterwards when everything goes to crap. If I get the bugs worked out now, and let's say in a year and a half, I'm just using that as an example, everything goes to crap, I'm already in place and I got everything squared away and I know what works and doesn't work. And nothing is going to, as far as a grid down situation at that point, is going to affect me. Okay. Also, people have said, I should be grid tied, and the power companies will buy the power back from you, which they will. Okay. Now I'm going to use an example. I don't know the exact pricing of it. Okay. So please don't quote me that, well, you said it's this and it's really this. Let's say they charge you per therm. We'll go by that. 61 cents per therm, okay? That's what they're charging you to use your power. Well, if you have solar and you're putting it into the system, they're only going to buy it from you for, say, 25 cents per therm, okay? So you're always still going to end up having a bill, okay? And then they can charge you all the taxes and the line charge for the line coming into your house every month and stuff like that. I don't want any of that, okay? So that's why I will not be grid tied and charge anything back to them, because in order to actually make money from them, I would have to have such a huge system that it produced so much power that it would be over what I actually used. Okay, so I don't want to be grid tied at all. I want to be independent and have the my own little power company, if you will, and I don't want to owe anybody anything. It's all going to be paid for as I go. So now I'm rambling, but I just wanted to share that with you to clarify what my thoughts are with what I'm going to be doing down at my property. So I do appreciate all the comments and all the suggestions and the advice, and I do realize that a lot of you guys are trying to look out for me, and I appreciate that, and the kids. But I know what I'm getting myself into. I'm not unrealistic. I don't have delusions that everything is going to be wonderful and hunky-dory. I realize this is going to be a struggle. But you know what, like I said, I will use a generator as much as I need to, and if that's not being off the grid, then it's not off the grid. Whatever terminology you want to put onto it, I'm not going to be tied to the grid. I'm going to try to be as independent as possible, weaning myself from the generator as time goes on, as I can afford more batteries, and as I can afford more solar panels, and as I can afford to put up, the first wind turbine, then maybe a second, maybe a third wind turbine. We'll see. You know what I mean? I'll do what I have to do to generate as much power as I need. Okay? And down the road, would I like to have a regular refrigerator and use my own power to power it? Absolutely. But you know what? That's going to take time. And I won't be able to do that at first. And I realize that. So just wanted to let you guys know what my thoughts were, explaining myself a little further. And so let me know what you think. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.